Hey everybody, Jeremy here. Welcome to episode 15 of Action Figure Window Shopping. I think it's episode 15. Well, we'll see in post. But anyway, it's a little weekly thing that I do where I take a look at some interesting toys and collectibles that got me interested over the past week, then I share it with you. And right now it's tradition around here to start things off with some new announcements from McFarlane Toys because, like I said before, every week they got something new to tell us or show us. And this week they have both, so let's take a look at that. So there is some news that Todd McFarlane dropped a couple of days ago that says that the DC Multiverse toys were the best-selling figures of 2021 in the United States and Canada, based on actual sales from NPD. That is pretty huge. The largest, the best-selling figures of 2021 in two freaking countries. And, it's not hard to understand why. They always came out with new figures all the time. They had some exclusives lined up with Target that got a lot of people flocking there. They've got a presence in the biggest department stores and collectible stores in the United States. And, Canada still has Toys R Us. We don't even have that in the United States anymore. So it's not a surprise that they are the best-selling line of 2021. And that's great, for the most part, the figures are very, very good and very detailed. Now it seems like it's starting to slip a little bit as far as some of that detail and some of the quality assurance with, figures breaking apart and stuff like that. And then we have those dreaded side eyes, but it doesn't change the fact that this is a very successful line, that money talks. And hey, I bet we're going to see a lot more figures in the future from these guys. So congratulations either way. But speaking of side eyes, here's what's something else that I found. So this is from an Instagram page called McFarlane DC Multiverse. It's a fan page, and this person is speaking about Todd McFarlane saying some things about the side eyes and knowing that people don't like the side eyes. And apparently he said he addressed it in a Discord chat for the Odd Key NFT thing that he's doing. So if you're not familiar with that, that's supposed to be an NFT marketplace that he's making. I think it's him and Steve Aoki. Artists sell their digital goods via NFTs, but we're not going to talk about NFTs. So I tried to verify this independently through Discord because I am a part of that community. But I think it was one of those things where in Discord, it's just the user interface is awful. I can't stand the way that Discord operates. It's just so confusing sometimes. But I think this was one of those live sessions where if you didn't catch it, then to my knowledge, you can't go back and look at a recap. So I couldn't find the exact thing that he was saying with my own eyes. But, here's roughly what Todd said about the side eyes. So he said that in the future, they will be looking more ahead, but doesn't like them straight on because they look like mannequins. So that is the reason. His artistic creative mind, because he is an artist first and foremost, says that looking straight ahead action figures reminds him too much of mannequins, and that's why he has them slightly going off to the side. And they will go straighter-ish in the near future. How near? Who knows? But, it's just one of those weird Todd things. We probably remember you had to fight with him tooth and nail in order to get useful articulation out of figures because he just couldn't understand that either until he was pushed far enough. And then we actually got some useful articulation. So now it looks like he's starting to revert a little bit back into his artistic corner where the side eyes are good for him, but everyone else thinks that they're bad. But yeah, that's the official word, allegedly, apparently, about the side eyes. So we'll see where this goes. And it's kind of weird because so many different toy companies and manufacturers and statue makers and all that stuff. No one has ever said, to my knowledge, that straight ahead eyes on figures remind them of mannequins and they don't like it. This is the first time that I've ever heard someone's opinion on that. It's not wrong because it is his opinion and this is not based in any fact, but it's a weird taste to have. But yeah, there we go. So let's take a look at some figures that McFarlane Toys announced this week. So the first one is going to be this Injustice 2 DC Multiverse reverse Flash action figure. And, you know, we're going to keep the side eyes all day long. I don't know why I always try to like get closer on these big bag toy store images because they never zoom in. But as you can see, this reverse Flash, you see those eyes are kind of like up and to the left a little bit. So yeah, definite side eye action going on here. Here's some other pictures of the figure, and here's something that is really weird. He doesn't have those red streaks on the back. It's on the front and it's on the sides, but they said the back, nah, screw that. Who's going to look at him from behind? So it's really strange why they didn't include that same paint all the way around. That's not good. It's not good at all. Maybe it saved them a little bit of money, but dude, if you're gonna make such an outrageous design with all this red going all over, come on, you got to complete the back of them. This is kind of what I'm talking about. This whole QA thing with McFarlane Toys lately. It's just, I don't know. Best-selling toy line of 2021, US and Canada. So it also comes with a little effect here. The little side eyes make sense if this is how you were going to pose him, but you know, people want to do what they want to do, and they should with action figures. Here's everything that comes with it. Nice to see that we got some interesting accessories, but yeah, you should have painted those lines on the back as well. You shouldn't have stopped it there. That is so weird. Here's another figure also from the Injustice 2 line. This is the Green Arrow, again with the side eyes, looking off to the right this time. And you know, his outfit looks kind of cool. I do have to admit, this is not a bad looking Green Arrow at all. But the problem that I have with the Green Arrow is that he doesn't come with the Green Arrow. On his back, you see, you have all those bundled arrows that are molded together. You can put it, you know, in like the quiver in the back, but there is no singular arrow for the Green Arrow. That's weird to me. That's very weird. They could have just molded the arrow onto the bow, and then that just would have been it. At least you would have given yourself, you know, the somewhat cool look of him drawing an arrow back in his bow, instead of just having this really kind of flatly painted, boring, no texture, no detail, no, you know, black to make the finer details stand out. None of that is present on these arrows or in the quiver on the back. It just looks like plain green, boring plastic. And we know that McFarlane is more than capable of giving us some really nicely detailed weapons if they wanted to, but this is just ugly. Again, I wish I can, can I zoom? I'm not using the same computer this time, so I don't have like a touch screen, but no, I can't really zoom in on this, but this gives you a closer look at the quiver and the arrows there. I think this is a quiver. If it's not a quiver, forgive me. I'm not an archery person, but yeah, there's just nothing there. They could have given that more detail. They could have put in a few extra colors on that. That's what I think. But there you go. Now, the last one that they announced is this Batman Arkham Knight DC Multiverse figure, who is most likely having side eyes underneath the helmet, but it's okay because we will never see those eyes. So it's Arkham Knight. There's no guns, of course. There's no guns because it's a Warner Brothers thing. We're not going to get guns, but we do get a grappling hook. But kind of like I showed with the Red Hood figure, if you have some spare guns lying around, if you got like NECA collectibles and their characters come with guns, you can make it work with DC Multiverse characters. If you just give a little bit of heat and a little bit of elbow grease, you can make use out of some of those older accessories that you have. So, but you don't get guns, but I'm guessing these are smoke grenades or flash grenades. Let's just see here. Grapple gun, 2 grenades. So they just say regular grenades. So if these are like boom, boom, bam, bam grenades, it's like, dude, you're not going to give them a pistol, but you'll give them 2 grenades? I don't know. But yeah, that's the whole WB thing right now. So those are the 3 action figures from McFarlane Toys that they announced this week. I'm not interested in any of them except for this Arkham Knight. I do think this Arkham Knight looks pretty cool. I don't know if he's like screen accurate to the video game or not, but even if he isn't, he still looks cool to me. I'm not gonna give him a hard time about that. But these other two, this Green Arrow and this Reverse Flash, side eyes are too strong for me. Can't do it. Too strong. And plus, I'm not really fond of those two characters anyway. Now, here's something that actually got me excited with no shade at all from me. Super 7, they revealed these McBain reaction figures. Oh my God. Reaction figures are overpriced for what they are, but there comes a time where I just have to say, you know what? I'm doing it anyway because this is incredible. Mendoza. I mean, this is like really early on in The Simpsons. So, you got to kind of be my age and older to really appreciate these characters. You got Mendoza here. You have Scoey riddled with bullets. Is this like the first Scoey action figure ever? Probably. And then you have two McBains. McBain, Commando, he doesn't have any guns, just these grenades. Again, no guns, but just the grenades. And then we also have regular McBain. He has a gun in this one, but I don't think it's going to be removable. But this is amazing. And look at that card art. Now, I'm an out-of-the-box collector. I don't really care to keep boxes, and I definitely don't keep things newer, modern things on card and be like, I can't mess up the card. I don't really care. But in this case, when I get these, I don't think I'm going to take them out. I think I'm just going to leave them like this because there's nothing really special about the way that reaction figures move or anything. They're extremely basic. They're supposed to be. But this card art is really, really cool. Look at Scoey riddled with bullets over there. I mean, I know I'm laughing, but it's The Simpsons. So this is great. So these are going to cost $18. They come out really soon, March 2022. You can get them from Big Bad Toy Store, or you can get them from Super7. I think that they're going to have theirs up pretty soon. And I'll probably try to get it from there because Big Bad Toy Store tends to take forever with their pre-orders. I still don't have my Raphael NECA Universal Monsters figure that was supposed to be released in January, and you can find it at Target if you go to the right Target, but I still don't have my pre-order. Here's some more stuff that you can pre-order, and perhaps all at once if you wanted to. So this is the XMen Legends Build-A-Figure wave for Bone Breaker. So this is over at Entertainment Earth because they bundled it all together if you want to get it. And here are all the figures that comes in this particular wave. You get Wolverine, you get Siren, Havoc, Vulcan, Maggot, Darwin, and Sabretooth. So all these different types of figures here. Now, here's the thing. I don't know who a lot of these characters are. I know Havoc. I know Sabretooth. I don't know who Maggot is. And I barely know who Siren is. So if you're like me and you find yourself kind of ignorant to some of these characters that are released for Marvel Legends, especially if you care about the Build-A-Figure and you at least want to have some knowledge of what the heck you're buying, I recommend picking this up. So this is the Marvel Encyclopedia, is version 2.0, and this is a really, really big, thick book, over 400 pages. It's a hardcover. It gives you all this information about so many different Marvel figures, obscure, popular, everything in between. It's amazing. I don't think you should get it from FYE because they're charging $34 for it. You can find this thing at Target for like 20 something. So I have this book. I think it's awesome. It's great to just kind of flip through it, look at the artwork, and just read more about these different characters. So this is a really good book. I totally think that you should check it out if you are a Marvel fan. And I think there's a Kindle version as well if you want to go the digital route. But I think that this is definitely something you should pick up. And it's pretty cheap. Just don't get it from FYE. It's overpriced from there. Here's something else that I saw in Big Bad Toy Store. It's this One Punch Man statue. It's a metallic version from Van Presto. And this got my attention because I have the original one that is not metallic, but the pose is still the same. And I haven't looked at One Punch Man in years. I was like really into it, and then I think when that season ended and we were waiting for new episodes, I just kind of trailed off. But I want to get back into it. So yeah, this is the metallic version. It looks pretty cool. I can kind of look at mine. Yeah, I still like mine, but metallic, nice and shiny things, it's hard to say no to it. Okay, so there's not a whole lot that I wanted to show this week because to me there wasn't like a whole lot of announcements and stuff, and the big thing to me were those I was gonna say McGarnacle, those McBain. Ooh, maybe McGarnacle. Let's get a McGarnacle figure. They'll probably have to argue with Clint Eastwood's estate for that one, or the man himself. He's still alive, but yeah, that was the most exciting news for me this week. And then lastly, just to kind of top it off with the expensive figure that I would kind of maybe be interested in getting if I just had an abundance of money and didn't know what else to do with myself. From the book of Boba Fett, this is a Hot Toys 1/4 scale Boba Fett, the new Boba Fett, the diplomatic Boba Fett, the Boba Fett that a lot of people weren't too fond of in the book of Boba Fett because the best episodes. Let me just stop. But yeah, so here's a look at that figure here. And of course it's Hot Toys, so it's going to be really, really awesome looking. So this is the kind of like the Tusken Raider evolved version of Boba Fett. And you can remove the helmet like the Disney Plus series. And you can just have them unhelmeted most of the time. And this is just a fantastic head sculpt. I mean, it's Hot Toys. We know that they do amazing things. Those eyes are just everything, just so lifelike. One day I would love to get a Hot Toy that has a human head. You know, not just Spider-Man with a mask on, but something with a human head like this, so we can just get all those nuances: the wrinkles, the veins, the scars, just dimples. It's amazing. The people who sculpt this and paint it, it's incredible. Hope they get paid a lot of money to do what they do. Yeah, here's some more shots of good old Boba. Flamethrowers on the wrist. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. $529 is going to be the price for this. 17.72 inches tall, huge, made of plastic and fabric, 30 points of articulation, 3 pairs of hands, an alternate right hand, helmet, blaster pistol, EE3 blaster, hologram effects, flame effects, jetpack, and of course, a stand. For 530 bucks, you better give me all of that. But that is it, you guys. Full screen. That's all the things that caught my eye this week, and hopefully we'll get some more interesting announcements in the coming week. But if not, I'm still gonna find something that makes me go, that could be a cool pickup at some point down the line. So that is going to be it. If you guys are interested, I want to bring this up because I did enjoy doing this. I do have a couple videos up in which I made these cool little terrariums for my mini figures. So I wanted to bring life into it, like literally, with different types of plants. And I did 2 different versions, one with succulent plants and one with air plants. That's Mass Effect themed. I'm going to leave a link if you're interested in those. I know most people aren't, but I like them. So watch it. Anyway, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you later.